Hello everyone and welcome to Dallas Burris Corner in the Kitchen. Today what we'll be doing is making a specialty sandwich of turkey, monster cheese with some special sauces. But this turkey sandwich is going to be a little bit special. It's going to be like a gourmet sandwich that you would get in a restaurant. So let's begin. Okay, well, first of all, as you can see here, we have some bread. We have artisan golden wheat bread. And I'm using this bread because it has a uh, thicker consistency and it has a much better taste. Now, I've already pre-buttered it. You can use whatever you want. I just use the crock pot to butter the bread. I just spread it on, already pre-spread. And then what you see here, these little brown sprinkles, that's cinnamon. Also, I sprinkled just a little sprinkle of sugar on here. And you're going to get the reason to why I did that in a few minutes. Okay, so over here we have a George Foreman grill. I have proceeded to turn the grill on. Okay. So the George Foreman grill is turned on. Now, to prepare the grill, I want to make sure, of course, that the grill is clean, but I've got some baking spray, some cooking spray. What you're going to do with this is just simply spray it on, because you don't want your bread to stick. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is stick the bread right here in the middle, as so, and we're actually going to face it on top of each other. Okay? And I'll give you the reason for that in a moment. Okay? Then you're going to go ahead and cover it. Press it down a little bit. Give it about 45 seconds to a minute. It'll be nice and toasty on that side. Okay? Well, while that's doing that, we're going to look at some more of the ingredients. We also have some wasabi, some pepper, some honey jif. I know some people are saying, what are you doing with honey jif for a sandwich? Just watch. Trust me. Also, we have some Duke's mayonnaise here. The original Duke's. Better flavor. Much better flavor. We have some salt. And here's the sugar that I already used to put on the pre-made toast or bread for the panini. Also, we have some mustard cheese. And we have some smoked turkey. Alright? So that's busy doing its thing. Now let me do a little tidy work here. Alright, let's give it a quick check. It's probably been about, 45 seconds. Okay, as you can see, the bread is starting to get a little warm. Let's look on the inside a little bit. Oops. Let's try to separate this. Okay, we're going to have to put this down for a moment. Alright, we're going to take a look right here at the jif while you're doing that. Okay, so it takes a little while longer to brown, to melt in. Let's go ahead and close it down one more time. Give it a little more time. Okay. Now, one thing I like about creating sandwiches on the George Foreman grill is that, one, it really reduces the time, and two, you can be very creative. You don't have to heat the oven, or you don't have to, put butter in a frying pan and, grill your bread. You don't even have to, have a big fancy grill, or a fancy oven with a grill on it to, give your bread that char-broil look on the outside. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right, let's go ahead and check the bread again. Okay, as you can see, it's getting nice and toasty brown here. All right, so that's a good thing. Now it's probably a little hotter, so we're going to use our spatula here. Let's try to get under without hurting the bread. Now I flipped it. And don't worry if it gets a little crinkle on the corner right here, that's okay. I flipped it, and the reason for that is because the butter is melting, so you want it to melt evenly on both sides. You don't want it to just drip from the top piece of bread all the way down into the lower piece and not get the full flavoring on both slices. So I flipped it. I'm going to leave it in for a few more seconds. All right. Let's take it out. Okay, now here's where it gets a little interesting. At this point, I'm actually going to dissect or take apart the bread, and I'll show you why. Reason for that is because now that it's melted somewhat, okay, you actually want to put your ingredients on it. Okay, because you don't want to put in the turkey and the cheese right away. It'll kind of get too hot and take away some of the flavor. So let's put in the ingredients. All right, I'm going to start off. With putting some mayonnaise on the bread. I'll put a little mayonnaise here. Not too much, just a little bit. Put a little mayonnaise right there. Good. Alright, then I'm going to put a little bit of peanut butter on the opposite bread. Okay. So I'll just put a little bit of peanut butter right there. Next, I'm going to take a little wasabi for some spice, a little punch in the taste. So let me just put the camera here for a moment. Hope you guys can see that. Okay. So I'm putting a little bit of wasabi here on the bread. So let me go ahead and spread that on kind of nicely there. Can you see that? All right. It's going to give it a little extra kick. There we go. Okay, so now that I have that on there, I'm going to now spread a little pepper. Almost out of pepper here. And just a little bit of salt. I got to be careful here because I got this big container. I don't want to get high blood pressure. So a little bit of salt there. Alright, now this is a trick for those of you who aren't experienced with making sandwiches. How you apply your ingredients, especially the cheese or if you want lettuce or tomato. But for this sandwich, I've opted not to have lettuce or tomato because sometimes in the panini, if you add lettuce or tomato, it gets a little soggy and it doesn't really give you that refreshing taste. Okay, so since we're not traditionally toasting this as you would like in a toaster or put it in the oven, I elected not to use those ingredients, but using the extra little spicy ingredients just gives it that extra ooh la la kick. Okay, so back to how you apply the cheese properly on a sandwich so that you get the best results. Okay, first of all, get the cheese and try to make the cheese so that it fits to the size of the bread. You don't want it hanging over the bread if possible. Okay? Next, take what you want to add to your sandwich, in this case the smoked turkey. Put it in a tight group on the sandwich. Because remember, this is a panini and it's going in this grill. So when you press it down, things are going to try to ooze out of the side. You don't want that. So go ahead now and put the other piece of cheese on top. Now what this does is give you kind of like a cheesy sandwich effect where it keeps your ingredients in better and it doesn't ooze so much over the bread. So now we're going to go ahead and put this other piece back on top, like that. All right. I'm going to put it back in here. Now this time I'm going to turn it a little differently. Okay. The reason I'm doing that because I don't want the grooves to go down in the same thing and almost kind of be slicing the sandwich. So put it back in. Now remember, you're working around hot objects in the kitchen, so safety. Here's your pot holder. So you can press this down a little bit. And it is very hot, so be careful. So press this down a little bit, let it warm. It's doing its thing. I can smell it already. It smells great. Alright, well, let me tidy up a little bit while we're waiting. I'll put this cinnamon up here. And let me put the lid on the wasabi. Ooh, spicy. And peanut butter. I just love this this Jif honey creamy peanut butter. It's just so good. Sometimes I just get a few spoonfuls. And you know, if you want a healthy snack, something to just kind of fill in the meantime, grab some peanut butter. If you don't like plain peanut butter, do like me. You know, this is a little bit of a cheat because it has a little bit of sugar in it. You know, if you look on the back, what does it say? Sugars, I don't know if you can see that. It's like 5 grams or something like that. But that's not too bad, you know, and only 180 calories per serving. So, you know, if you're just trying to watch your weight a little bit, but you want something, but you don't want, you know, something drab, like plain peanut butter is okay with some jelly, but that's too many calories, you know. And as you get older, you gotta watch out for that. So, you know, just a food for thought. All right, let me put this pepper back up here. Put the salt away. I'm gonna close that up. Okay, I think our sandwich should just about be ready now. So, let's go ahead and open up the George Foreman grill again. Wow, look at there. Smells amazing. All right, let's go ahead and get our spatula and wiggle it a little bit to get it out. All right, wow, look at that sandwich. Look at that. Wow, I wish you had smell-o-vision. Oh my God. Wow, okay, so now we have our sandwich here. So if you prefer, you know, give it a nice little cut. I normally like to cut mine right down the middle. So I'm going to just give it a nice little slice there. There we go. There we have it. Voila. You have a turkey monster cheese panini with cinnamon, honey and peanut butter, a little sugar, some wasabi, and Duke's mayonnaise. Don't forget the Duke's. Okay, well, let me take a quick bite, see how this has turned out. Now, I already know it's good, but just so you can see at home how much I'm enjoying this. That is so good. So good. Well, for next time, in Dallas's Burst Corner Kitchen, we'll make something extra special. Tomatoes, roast beef, and grilled onions. Make a good roast beef and grilled onion sandwich. Might sound easy, but gotta do it the proper way. Remember, in Dallas's kitchen, you're always happy, you're always fed. See you next time.